Hey everybody, and welcome to another Age of Grogu. And I have with me, as always, Elijah and Jason and Max. Hey guys, how you doing?
What
How you
up?
doing?
Hey, how's everyone's week been, guys?
Good.
Good.
Good,
Good.
productive. That's
Yeah.
cool, awesome. Yeah, I ended up getting something during the week that I was kind of like did a spare of the moment purchase on. I ended up by picking up this Ralph Quarry
Ooh, the
box
book.
set.
Double
Yeah, I-
double book set of art.
That's awesome.
In
yeah.
anticipation of the
God,
Well,
Disney Plus special on
it's amazing how much
Oh,
artwork
the
that
island?
he made. It's
Oh.
amazing how much he just pumped out, just
the scary
four
thing.
illustrations a day or something crazy. Like,
But
it's
the
insane.
scary thing is there's two books in this folder, and it literally is just Star Wars Empire and Jedi and a couple of other Star Wars related things.
Right.
It's not even all of his other works that he's done over the years. And I've been eyeing this book for quite some time, and I saw it on sale at Sideshow. And I know, I've been told that, you can get it even cheaper on Amazon if you wait for a big enough sale. But I was just like, I was just at the right point. I had some money flow go through last week, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this book because I really like. I grew up on this guy's artwork. I grew up on his style, and it inspired me. And it's not till I look back and through this book that I'm like, a lot of the pencil sketching that he did is I copied his pencil style. His tone, his weight, and everything like that, and such an inspiration. But it's a fascinating book just to look through. So yeah, I did a surprisingly an hour and a half long unboxing yesterday that surprised even me.
Oh, nice.
To go that long. But I had Levi from All New Nerds on as well, because he's a big book person, and we had a good little conversation about books and Star Wars books and stuff like that.
Nice.
But, it's worth checking out. But yeah, the book itself is a beautiful book. Oh my god, the illustrations are great.
That's cool. He's like he's like responsible for the whole look of everything we notice.
Yeah.
Star Wars. It's
Yeah.
nuts. So cool.
It is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. What about yourself, guys? Anything? What's been news for you guys this week? How's your model building going, Elijah?
It's going. It's like I have a bunch of them that are just kind of like at the stop phase. Like I've built as far as I can until I need to go buy a bunch of stuff and paint, and then
next stage.
I mean, they're kind of all at that point, so that's like a holdup. But I finally did the test on the on the CBGB's canopy and did like the wrap with fabric on it.
Ooh,
nice.
Really, hold on. Let me turn down this light for a second.
Yeah.
How did you get the lettering on there? What is that?
Okay, so this is just it's just a file that I had printed that I figured out the dimensions of to put wrap on this.
Or what's the material you use?
Yeah, it's really, this is like the first fabric. I got it at Michael's. It's like one of the cheap fabrics that was just like a square fabric that was white. I'm like, I'm just gonna test this because it's like but it worked like nearly perfectly. Cool. You can see the ribs is kind of like what you wanted to see.
What did you print? How did you print it onto the fabric? What is?
I had a shop do it. I had Hero Graphics do it, or
so like silk screened it on.
Oh, cool.
I think they have a machine where they lay it down and they actually print it on the fabric.
Oh, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah. So just because I'm like, now that I got this figured out, I can go back and put it on the sheet and do like, a bunch of them or whatever.
That's cool.
But I just wanted to make sure that works. So that's like the first version of that. And then everything else is just waiting for other stuff to be bought before I can finish them. I can glue them together, but then I need paint, I need a bunch of paint, and I have a list of stuff that I need. A shopping list, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Waiting on that.
Art supplies are not cheap.
No, especially when you need a bunch of stuff, and it's like you need a little bit of one thing, but that one thing is $23 and whatever,
Yeah.
For one piece of paint or one thing. It's like you might as well get it all at one time, so I don't have to worry about.
It's like it's like I want to continue this project, but I'm waiting for a shipment from McMaster Car.
Well, it's like I want to. That too. It's like I'm particularly waiting for a payment from a job that hasn't paid me, which is like preventing me from doing this.
That's frustrating.
Which is annoying. It's like I'd be fine if whatever. It's if you get paid, you'd be fine. But like, I'm still waiting for like a certain.
Donations for Elijah.
You
Yes.
have like a GoFundMe for that project.
I do.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah.
on the Models That Rock.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
right.
Yes, yeah.
Buy Me Coffee or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Coffee,
yeah.
coffee.
Yeah, drop the link in the chat.
Yep.
It's in there. It's on
Yep.
my Instagram page.
Yeah.
Models That Rock. Someone give me some money. Please.
Yeah.
I'm dying. No,
And-
seriously, but it would help.
Yeah.
It helps prevent, helps
Right.
supplies and stuff.
Yeah. Jason, what you been up to?
I've just been sculpting a lot, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We've been sculpting.
Like in
That's
virtually
3D sculpting.
like computer-
Yeah.
computer sculpting. Yes.
Computer sculpting.
Yeah.
And I'm just I'm kind of getting carried away in the detail, but
Yeah.
I'm building like the frame for it,
Mhm.
and then like the shells on top of it.
This is
So,
for your
yeah.
this is for your Vogue headpieces,
Yeah.
of course.
And this is all in SketchUp right now?
pieces.
Yeah, it's all in SketchUp
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, we
I'm
got to test
doing at
out
the
your
moment.
3D printer. You just recently got a
Yeah.
resin 3D printer, which is what was it, 8,000 resolution or something?
Yeah,
like
8K.
8K.
8K, baby.
Supposed to be like the best out there.
I
I want to see it. So we got to figure out something. I want to come over this week. We should videotape something and,
Oh, yeah, we
and
should
like
do
setting it up and testing it out for sure. Because
Well, we already have we already have a couple files that we could print, right? That we could put
Jason's
straight
gonna.
into
Oh yeah, we got stuff we can print, but
or
Jason's,
files that come with it that you could print out already or whatever.
Why bother?
There's
Just
just,
bring your own files.
there are like stress tests,
Hmm.
I guess, is what and Elijah's
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
referencing, like where it's like a standard model that
Yeah.
that comes with it's like when you
Right.
do a test print page for your printer.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
object
It's like shit
Make sure everything is
automatically do something.
that
right.
it does. It's a cool object because there's like spirals in it. There's
Okay.
like a unicorn head
Oh, that's cool.
sometimes. Like
That's cool.
there's like spiral steps. I think
Right.
it tackles all like the shapes that would be
Hmm.
challenges to
Yeah.
kind of help calibrate.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's stuff like that you could print.
Yeah.
Or a
Dude,
bust
let
of
us
Mozart.
know. Let us know. We'll come over and we'll start testing it this week sometime for sure.
Yeah.
I just want to see it work. But yeah, Max, what's
So
been
like,
going on with you?
we'll watch it for like you want to see it work.
Yeah.
You'll watch it for 5 minutes and get bored.
Go away for 10 hours and then come back 10 hours
Like,
later. And
all right,
done.
cool.
Woohoo.
All right.
Yeah. What's been going on, Max? Any new comics this week?
Some cool stuff came out this week.
Oh yeah.
All this. The Hellfire Gala started.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool X-Men event. They gathering of all the big important people in the Marvel Universe at the Cohen Marvel Island. I got this copy signed by the writer and John Hamm of all people.
Okay, you
John
skipped
Hamm.
us that.
Nice.
Why John Hamm? Why did he sign it?
John Hamm is
there?
in the book.
That's
This is
funny.
John Hamm's first appearance in a Marvel comic.
Oh, that's funny.
And,
John Hamm is canon. That's so
it's
cool.
canon. I got
as
signed by-
himself, I
got-
assume. Yeah.
John
Yeah,
Hamm.
he's himself. He plays a
Okay.
just himself.
That's
Remember-
funny.
remember when we were campaigning for him to be Dark Knight Returns Batman? Like,
Oh yeah.
remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
In the comic, he kind of reminded me of
Right.
Bruce
He was
Wayne.
Mr. Sinister. He was going to be Mr. Sinister in the X-Men franchise,
That was,
Right.
good.
and it
That was
didn't
like
pan
around-
out.
that was like peak John Hamm. It was like
Right.
Mad Men was still going on, and
Yeah, they did
He
the
was-
post-credit scene for it too. They set it up with the Essex Corp
yeah, I remember
briefcase
that.
or whatever.
He had a cameo in A-Team.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, there's not a huge amount of news this week. It's relatively quiet, as it often gets between shows. But we will definitely be talking about Miss Marvel at some point, the final episode as well as the season in general. But one of the first small things I wanted to show you was they've started dropping some poster art and poster pieces for the Back to the Future musical here.
Oh boy.
This is the actual DeLorean that they
the very
built.
expensive fiberglass DeLorean that they
Yeah,
made for, like,
$300,000 for
$1,000.
this DeLorean. Apparently,
That's cheaper than an actual one, though, right?
it's still cheaper than an actual DeLorean, but it's still kind of crazy. I mean,
I
like,
believe if they got
look
a
at
real one, they could have resold it.
yeah, they could have for sure. I mean, there's a certain thing about
I mean,
what they
it's
can
all
use
frame
for.
anyways. The whole
Yeah.
car is a frame, so
Yeah.
like all they need is those outer bodies
Yeah.
of
That's
each
true.
piece,
It also depends on
and
what
they
they're
can
using
make a
it
prop
for.
version.
Yeah, it depends
You know?
on what they're using it for on stage. I mean, I assume this
At least
thing.
the fly and stuff. You're gonna want a
Possibly.
fiberglass version.
Oh,
of
that's
it.
true.
Yeah,
You're not
right,
gonna make
right.
a
Things like
real
folded
DeLorean fly.
steel, dude.
Right.
I imagine. I mean, I keep thinking. A couple of years ago, I saw the How to Train Your Dragon live show. They did a
That's
piece
with the
to it.
projection.
Yeah, and
One
they
with the
projected it.
projection. Oh,
and
that's so
and
cool.
and the guy who was playing Hiccup jumped on the dragon, and then it started to move, and then suddenly, like it actually moved on its base, but then everything was projected above as if it's flying over the ocean. And as you're
It's pretty
sitting
cool.
down,
You can look up
it was
YouTube
cool.
videos of that. I remember when you told me about that, and I looked it up. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, I imagine I don't know what Back to the Future they're basing this off. I assume it's the first one, so there really wouldn't be too much flying. But there's this whole element of like traveling.
You project the mall parking lot. You know?
Yeah. You'd have to do that.
Twin Pines.
Yeah. But I assume
more like the
thing's...
fire aspect on the ground versus.
That's a light fire bar, dude. You gotta have that fire there.
But then it's again like every musical. There's like always a ensemble, and this kind of creeps me out that Doc Brown's got an ensemble of people.
That is ridiculous.
I meant, at the same time, that's how musicals work.
It's time. It's time. It's time. Like it's
oh
like,
god,
oh my god.
Great
Scott! I think Elijah should be writing a musical. The thing is, this is being approved by producer what's his name? Elijah, help me out. Producer writer. Back to the Future. Bob Gale.
Bob Gale.
Yeah, Bob Gale has actually got a connection to the musical, and apparently, I literally saw this morning, I think, online that producer Frank Marshall is promoting it over in England. He says, if you're in England, go see the Back to the Future musical. So it's obviously playing over there right now. So it's like, okay, all right.
Liam, go watch that. Or if Liam's in the chat.
Oh, if Liam's in the chat. I don't think
why
Liam
gotta
will
be
go
a
see
musical? Like it could just be a play, a funny stage play that I could see working, but a musical.
It's a spectacle. So it's
because they had that one song at the end. They have one
Johnny
song.
Well,
if you win a musical, that you have the soundtrack.
Of course.
You can win
I
a
know.
Tony.
Now I'm
this is
kind of
a step closer for Back to the
interpret-
Future winning an EGOT.
Yeah.
You got to interpret all the major scenes of Back to the Future into like a song and dance number.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit ridiculous, but at the same time,
it's time.
It's time. It's probably something like that. That's the scary part, Elijah. Now I kind of want to listen to the musical soundtrack just to actually understand how I don't know whether I'd say cringeworthy, because I don't want to disrespect the playmakers, but it feels cringe to me. But it's because it's such a beloved movie. It's hard to see it as anything but a movie.
Is it theater that you think is cringe, or
it doesn't fit the material.
Right?
What
I think the medium that they're using makes it cringe.
I think it is.
It doesn't.
You don't like that medium, Elijah?
Like Spider-Man and even back in the day before Superman the movie, they had Superman the stage play, which was like ridiculous. It just doesn't work for what it is.
I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna say that it seems fine to take something that is a musical and make it into a movie, but I have problems with a movie being made into a musical, especially if it's a visual effects type movie or something like you said, Spider-Man, where it's visual effects really, and stuff like that. So
what do you think of Shrek, the musical?
Hey there, Kobe. How's it going?
Kobe!
I could see Back to the Future 3 being a musical, but only because of
we don't really know
of the I don't think it would be. I don't think it would cover all of the.
Yeah, I think it's only going to cover the first one. It seems like
I think that would be more fun to do a Back to the Future trilogy play where it's just like it all kind of just loops around.
Well, we talked about this last week. They're going to be in the 50s, so it's going to feel like Grease.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah,
feel like
it
Like,
could.
we get some, like,
It really
Grease
could.
moments.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
30-year-old
whole
high
stuff-
schoolers.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You got definitely some.
That's
songs
what I
that
take
could be
from
adapted.
Grease. Is that high schoolers look
Yeah.
like they're in their 30s.
Oh,
I mean, I guess in the sense of locations, it's really the inside of the house, the inside of the school as locations, and then some stuff in the street.
Doc's garage.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah,
if
that's
they're
small
able
stuff.
to, if they're able to make a musical out of the Chitauri invasion, I think they'll be fine with this.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, I think
There's
that's
musicals for so many things. It's crazy. See,
Yeah.
that's like
why it's a bit
it's a
ridiculous.
culture void for me.
Yep.
I'm not like a theater goer.
Yeah,
Like once in a while, like I don't know.
I have a theater
I'm not-
background, but I'm not a
The
theater.
most is I'll watch, the movie version of
Yeah.
a musical, and then I'll learn about it, and then I'll get
Right.
interested.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's you'd be surprised on how many things get turned into those.
Yeah, oh, it's crazy. Hey, Liam, you going to go see Back to the
it
Future,
is
the musical? It's
crazy.
playing in England right now.
That's all that is.
Anyway,
Go
I
blow a
think
few quid.
I think that'll be a
Go to
no
Piccadilly
for
or
Liam
whatever.
Going to see musical of Back to the Future. I could be wrong, but anyway. So yeah, guys. I mean, that's the Back to the Future musical stuff. Jumping into Marvel a bit, I saw this online. I thought it was kind of interesting, actually. This is the amount of hours that we got from each phase. Which phase 1 says it's 12 hours 40 minutes. Phase 2 was 12 hours 7 minutes. Phase 3 is 24 hours 9 minutes, and phase 4 is 49 minutes and 49 hours and 5 minutes.
Shows.
That's crazy. It's how quickly it's grown.
Well, 7 shows, because that's a lot of time.
There'd be no musicals.
I think this is why some people are saying they're experiencing Marvel fatigue, is because there's so much content so fast.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's starting to get there. It's
that
just
Marvel fatigue. Hours of Marvel content.
Yeah. I also saw this week that Olan Emmerich is. I don't know if it's been. They say is being cast. I always question that until we officially hear. But for the part of Ironheart, or a role in the Ironheart of the series. I don't know enough about what Ironheart's all about, Max. What's going on there?
Riri Wilson is going to be like, she's going to be the next Iron Man type of character. She makes her own super suit.
Okay.
It's like Miss Marvel for Iron Man.
Okay.
Yes.
Miss
She's
Iron
the
Man
character. She's the new young legacy character.
Okay.
And we have Kate Bishop for Hawkeye. We're getting everyone.
We're getting
It's the oldest person who could be like Sam Wilson. He's like, oh yeah, I'm the Captain America now. It's like
it's gonna be Bucky looking around. He's like 100-something years old, and he's like, "Can someone explain to me what a meme is?"
For sure. I mean, I just that's about the only bit of. Well, there's one other thing as well, but I wanted to discuss it more. I mean, we better talk about this now. Let's talk about next week is San Diego Comic-Con, correct, Elijah? Is it
starting? Yeah, it's actually starting Wednesday. Wednesday's preview night, and then it goes goes Thursday through Sunday.
And now I just want to, Marvel are going to be down there this year apparently, and they're going to be dropping a few things.
The first time in years since the since when? Since the Disney merger?
So they were there. What I think they were there in 2000.
They were doing like mostly D23 stuff. They would release all their Marvel stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or
when did I go down with? When did I go down with you,
yeah.
Elijah? Was it 2018 when I went with you?
I don't know. I think it was the year of that release of when the Hive was there.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whatever year that was.
Oh yeah, it was.
But we could go this. I would like to go myself, but
financially,
gas and my car. I need new tires on my car and everything.
Yeah.
But if someone wanted to go with me and drive, I do have one pass that we could get it.
Maybe I will.
Preview night is the least busy night.
Right.
That's the time to go.
We would either have to split it, like I go in for an hour and a half, and then you go in for an hour and a half, or whatever it would be, or I can go to the professional booth and say, "Hey, I'm only going to be here tonight, and is there any way to get a guest pass just for one day? And they might give me a guest pass or two.
Right. Yeah.
So if you guys, that's Wednesday. That would be Wednesday. I mean, I'd have to put Lorraine in daycare, my dog in daycare, and everything. And that would be most of the cost for me.
Okay.
I mean,
but I might take you up on that. I mean, I know some friends who are down there, so
that would be the evening. It's like, we could drive in the afternoon, spend the day there, and then we would have to just leave late at night at 9 or 10 o'clock before it gets too crazy late or something.
Right. Maybe. I mean, we'll put up. At the moment, I don't have any work this week, so it's pretty quiet. Maybe.
Yeah, we can decide Tuesday night or Wednesday morning.
Yeah. Really. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll do.
I don't know what you're doing, Jason, Wednesday, but I know if you're doing your thing on Wednesday.
Yeah. So, when was Marvel last time Marvel was there?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
When was it?
It seems like they're always there. I mean, to me, it's like there's always a presence of Marvel, but like,
but I mean, like MCU stuff, like where they're screening stuff.
I would say I definitely remember when James Gunn was there when they were shooting when they were shooting Guardians of the Galaxy 2, because they specifically broke in the middle of shooting that to come across from Atlanta. And then it was shortly after that they didn't make as big of a footprint from memory. And I don't know the reason why. I can't recall. If anyone out there in chat can recall, I think it was Disney were doing their own streaming stuff, and that was the big not streaming stuff. But
I think it was a mix of
D23 and
D23, and then COVID happened, and Comic-Con wasn't really a thing for a year.
Yeah,
but I think even before that, they were kind of moving away from that.
Yeah. But they're moving back. So the big rumor right now that Marvel are kind of hinting at, it seems, is they're going to drop a trailer there for Wakanda Forever, which makes it seem about right because, we've now passed the opening of Thor Love and Thunder, and it feels like we're definitely due for a new trailer, which I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. It's been a while. Like, I remember I wouldn't go to the Comic Cons, but when they'd happen, you'd just be like refreshing YouTube all day.
Yeah.
If you're not there, you're just like looking for anybody posting anything, any YouTuber posting, whatever they're like posting. It's like you're gonna see the whole con.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, Liam's right. There's a lot of stuff about Doctor Doom online. I don't know if that's people's hopes.
I would hope so. That would be cool. But
oh man,
I don't know.
Top cast for Doom. Who would be good? Yeah. Max, what do you think? Who have you wanted for Doom?
Oh, what's his name?
That's mostly
come back to me.
Mostly just
I was thinking someone like Lance Reddick with a great voice.
It doesn't even need to be body necessarily because they could have somebody else in a suit. You could have someone big, but it's more like attitude and voice.
That's a cool voice for Doom.
Yeah.
You know what? Give me Arnold as Doom.
Arnold, really?
Really?
Yeah, because he's
I don't know. He'd have a crazy. You could pass off his accent, change it a little bit, say he's Latvian, and just have a crazy booming yelling Doom. I would be terrified if Arnold just yelled at me like, "Doom tells you to do this." I'd be like, "Sure, Doom, I'm doing that."
What about Giancarlo Esposito?
His voice. No, it needs to have a bigger voice.
Really? Okay.
He's I got one, but he's pretty like obscure. But Peter Stormare.
Who? Oh, that's a good one.
Who's that?
Peter Stormare.
I don't know who that is.
That guy.
You would know him. He plays a lot of bit parts.
Elijah likes him because he acted with Bjork.
He did, but he's also a really good actor and a good character actor and foreign, and you never really know where he's from.
He plays Fargo. He's one of the dudes of Fargo.
Okay. Yes, but he's mysterious and weird, and he has a weird accent, and you don't know where he
played
and if
the
he was,
devil.
Like, from Latveria, like you could buy that he's like some weird European guy.
Liam says Peter Stormare from Prison Break.
He's also in Constantine. He plays the devil. It's one of the best representations of Satan.
Liam, do you want to jump on? Let us know if you want to jump on, Liam.
Did you like Constantine, Brent? Do you remember Constantine?
The movie?
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it. You're talking
Keanu Reeves.
I couldn't get into it, but I don't really remember it all that well. I saw it when it first came out.
Dude, I love that
But
movie.
it didn't grab me from memory.
It's
Sick.
kind of one of my guilty pleasure DC movies where it's
Yeah.
like it's objectively not
It's
great. It
other-
abandons most of the source material almost
Right.
entirely, but
Yeah.
All right, see me not
So
knowing
fun.
nothing about who John Carpenter is, or not John Constantine is.
Right.
It's so good. It's one of my favorite movies.
Right.
That's almost up there with Encino Man, dude.
Really? I haven't
Yeah,
watched that
Okay.
in a long time.
I really like it.
I think
His
it's
enough.
pretty
portrayal,
awesome.
That's
I should
amazing
watch
his
it.
too.
portrayal
Uh-huh.
as Satan is one of the best I've ever seen. Next to Tim Curry
Ooh. As the
in
devil or as the beast or whatever he is.
from Legend.
Yeah, that's
Right.
great.
Oh yeah, Tim Curry. Yeah. But yeah, there's I don't know. What are there any other rumors or any other hopes and dreams of what they might drop at Comic-Con this year?
I don't know. It's they've been
know.
down for a year. They did
Yeah.
like the light version like in November, which I didn't go to, but I saw that was like really like spaced out and like
Right.
limited.
I just want to see everything in their docket that materialize, like
Right.
what we do at like a normal Comic Con before all of this, you know?
Right.
I think
Yeah.
they're going to show us some
Like these
animated stuff. I think that's what
teasers.
they're going to be focusing on. That and
Yeah.
probably Black Panther.
Like whatever they've teased in
Right.
the recent months, we're probably gonna get like maybe a trailer or a sneak peek at least.
Right.
It
Gotcha.
might be more actual comic books and toys premiering or showing off at the convention than
Yeah.
like movie news.
I
I'm-
think that
I'm guessing movie or TV news. There may be more exclusive toy releases or exclusive comic
I
book
don't know.
releases this year versus the movie stuff
Yeah.
because they tend to keep that stuff fairly separate now.
Yeah, but I mean, after She-Hulk comes out, we're talking about what comes out later this year after She-Hulk on the TV stuff.
Like What If and Loki.
Oh yeah,
season
what
3.
if? Oh, Loki's not this year though. I think what is
Oh, it's
what
not
if
this year?
is what if this year? I don't think.
Oh
What
no,
if?
I don't think so.
Yeah, what if is this?
It
year?
would be like Armor Wars.
But is that again this? Yeah, they might have some stuff already shooting for that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll be dropping stuff for Miss Marvel. Oh, sorry, for the Marvels as well,
yeah.
because we know that they've definitely followed through with that and everything into the productions, which is cool. I don't know. I mean, I would like to see some more. I'm knowing Marvel, they will definitely drop some more hints for stuff that's going on. They may show something for Guardians holiday special, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
When does
holiday
the new Ant-Man come out? Quantum Mania.
I think it's next year. I think it's early next year, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, I mean, we know that Star Wars is not going to be, or at least, yes, Lucasfilm are not going to be down there. They're going to have their own presence. Supposedly, D23 might have a presence of something Star Wars related, but I'm not getting my hopes up because everybody was waiting last year for D23 to do something Star Wars. It was just like, nope.
Yeah, I think they did it all at Celebration.
Yeah.
Until they dropped the Mando trailer formally.
That was it. Yeah.
And they're waiting until after all these cons because they're just showing the same trailer at different conventions.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we don't know about still is Tales of the Jedi, when the release date exactly for that is. We just know it's in the fall. But we've got so much stuff coming out, April, September, August, September kind of time periods. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, any other thoughts on Comic-Con at all, guys? Elijah,
Do you think we might get any Indiana Jones stuff?
Nah, I don't know if Lucasfilm have got any sort of presence. Otherwise, we'd see a Willow related stuff before we saw because we really haven't seen it. We've seen a teaser trailer for Willow, which I'm excited to see that series, and that comes out this year too. So, but at some point soon, we are all going to be literally watching 3 shows in a single night, kind of scenario.
Okay, everybody, every night's going to be a different show. You guys ready to stay up till midnight every night?
Yeah.
Like,
I think, well, here's the thing. It's like, I mean, She-Hulk comes out, and then like 2 weeks later comes out, what's it called? Andor. So I'm probably going to switch gears, and like Andor will be, as far as I'm concerned, the key one I want to watch over She-Hulk at this point. So I'd say She-Hulk we might push to another day when we watch it. It's a lot to take it in one night for sure. But yeah, and otherwise, apart from that,
did you guys hear about Chris Pratt and Indiana Jones news?
I don't know how
Harrison Ford was like, "No,
real
I'm
that is.
Indiana Jones. He's gonna die with me."
I don't know how.
Yeah,
real
I imagine
that
he's pretty
is.
protective over that role. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want anyone playing a younger.
Get off my
Well, I don't
role.
know. I mean, he's
He's
It's
like,
the one
take
that he
off my
likes.
hat.
It's like he likes it more than the Han Solo role, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Don't screw it up." Like,
Yeah. I feel
He's
like
no, no one's gonna do it.
I feel
He
like
dies with
Indiana
me.
Jones, that Disney are going to unfortunately try to drag it on. I thought they did a great job back in the 90s with the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and it was released at the right time.
He's complaining about other people playing his role, but
Yeah.
but he's been played by so many other, at least 3 times,
3?
right?
He's had
The
old
River
Indiana
Phoenix.
Jones. River Phoenix. They had old Indiana Jones. I forgot the actor's name who played, but there was also
the young and Brent's favorite show.
It's not my favorite show, but it's a really good show to
Young
watch.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Indiana-
Sean Patrick Flannery played Indiana Jones in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Oh, actually, and then there was Indiana Jones at the age of 9, and I forgot the name of the kid who was
Okay.
Corey something or other. I think.
So 4 we know of.
Four that we know of has played Indiana Jones, and also not including any Lego versions or anything like that. So. But either way,
Just get do a young version again and get what's his name?
video game. They had a couple of video games.
Whatever
Yeah.
played
voice
Solo.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
guy who played Solo. He just does a young and
Olin Emmerich.
Enric.
Yeah.
Is it?
There you go.
Olden Emmerich. Yeah.
Oh, it's Enric. I think
No?
that H is
Enric. Oh, maybe it is Enric. I've always said
German,
Rich.
right?
Yeah. It could be. Either way, I mean, he's a decent actor too. Anyway, I mean that's all I can think about at least for the San Diego Comic Con. I guess we'll be doing a lot of stuff next weekend. Next Sunday, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of trailers to talk about. And bits and pieces, whatever they drop there. And I'm sure there's all this other stuff. I'm sure DC are going to have a very big bubble, and I'm sure they'll do stuff with Black Adam, and those other films that the DC universe are doing.
Yeah,
And it'll be kind of
Black Adam. I forgot.
I'm sure they'll make some pushes. I'm very curious as to how they're going to push the Flash at this point. Whether they will bury the Flash quietly and try to let it
It's
pass.
going to be on HBO Max for sure.
You think so? It's just going to go straight there.
They're
and
gonna
that's it?
release it. It's a huge movie, man.
I mean, unless they already have the deals in place with the theaters, which they probably do, but
Yes, why they're keeping their mouths shut about the whole thing,
Because they want people to
make
forget
money on
about
they
it.
want to see if it can get
but
worse.
they also want
anyways.
people. They want the bad publicity to go away before they relaunch it, and unfortunately
But
that won't go away.
I think they've expressed that they won't be working with him in the future.
Of course,
Last I've heard.
At least that's the first smart move they've made in a while.
It's like they keep restarting a universe and basing it off different people. Like, we've got it. Flash is a good person to run with. Flash-based universe. And then they got to ditch the Flash. Now they're like, what do we have left? They got Batgirl. They got Black Adam. They're kind of out of a Justice League pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You get Plastic Man finally.
Yeah, they're gonna get a Plastic Man. We're gonna get JLI instead.
Right. You get all like the
Plastic Man. The only stretchy guy that could actually work and be funny, I think, is Plastic Man.
Oh, for sure.
Because of the way that the humor is and the way that his character is, that is the only stretchy character that I think they could pull off and actually make really good if they got the right person.
Yeah.
I think DC should just start doing just team up shows with just random characters, like put like Plastic Man and Dead Man together and just have it just be a comedy show.
Remember they were planning on that? Like it was supposed to be like Flash and Aquaman or something. They were gonna do some like team ups. Early on before they just reset it.
Yeah. That was their original plan.
It should have been like 1995 Jeff Goldblum playing Plastic Man.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll drop some sort of.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I think they're finished shooting Aquaman 2 at this point, haven't they? From memory.
Yeah.
So they'll probably drop some sort of footage,
which is what they're probably freaking out about, is because they can't change anything. They're like, all this stuff is starting to weave into each other again, and now
they're
out
cursed
of an
with all
Ezra
these.
Miller.
They're cursed with all these problematic actors because he had like Amber Heard is like slowly getting cut out of Aquaman.
Yeah,
they're waiting for that movie to start. They're waiting for that movie to like for the promotion to start, so people will start just protesting it.
Protesting, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just remember watching as the trial went on, like the amount of time she has screen time in the movie she has just starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yes, yeah. Well,
like it'd be an update on Twitter every day. It's like, oh, now she only has like 5 minutes in the movie or something like that.
Less, we'll see. Yeah,
the only footage is gonna be the back of her head, and it's gonna be Aquaman turning around, being like, "Mira, go away!
Yeah, get out of here!"
Well,
you're like Meg in the Family Guy or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, either way, next Sunday is going to be interesting. We're going to have a lot to drop, I'm sure, on whatever happens there. I mean, it's a pretty quiet week. There's no new shows or anything this week. It's we're waiting on Star Wars. Miss Marvel just finished, of course, and we're going to be quiet, with reaction videos for the next 2 or 3 weeks. But then we're going to have, actually 2 weeks from now, I think Star Wars Lego is doing their summer vacation drop. So we might just do a reaction to that just for the hell of it. And then, of course,
that's how slow it is, guys.
That's how slow it is. Oh, come on! But there's always room for a bit of like some of that Lego stuff.
When is it coming out?
At the beach.
I think it's the first week of August.
Like after summer's over.
Well,
it should be like July. It should have been like the 4th of July. They released that. Like,
it's at the end.
You're going back to school, kids.
The good news is it's always summer in Alderaan.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
right. Yeah, it's always summer in Tatooine.
I was gonna say it's always summer in Tatooine. Yeah. Anyway, next week will be interesting. They dropped some Emmy nominations this week, and Book of Boba Fett ended up with 4 nominations.
Oh yeah, it's sweet, man.
Which outstanding visual effects.
Can you imagine if that
editing.
wins an Emmy?
Well, I mean, it might win some of the technical achievements. I like that it's been put in as stunt coordination because the stunt work was okay. It wasn't.
Well, no,
great.
the spin. Remember that spin the guy does? Man, I haven't forgot.
That was
that guy's gonna go accept the Emmy himself.
Yeah, he's gonna accept the Emmy. You don't remember the spin, Brent?
The spin.
He's gonna grab the Emmy and then spin around.
The spin around. Okay, fair enough.
The mod kid, remember?
The mod. Oh, the spin. Oh yeah, the spin. Yeah, I need to rewatch.
It's like half here all the at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yeah, and then the other one that won some nomination or a nomination was Visions for Outstanding Short Animated Program, which is kind of cool.
Hell yeah,
it definitely had some great animation. I didn't particularly like every story, but there were some that were definitely I was not as invested in than others. But the animation styles were just quite wonderful. It was quite nice to see.
I could say the same, but the ones that hit so hard.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, I agree. And
they're
then
making a comic of the Ronin from that first one they did.
Oh hell yeah, because that's the one I'm thinking of right now.
Okay. When they made a prequel comic, which I never read. But...
When I said
I think it's a prequel, yeah.
When I said hit hard, that's what I was referencing.
Gotcha. Okay.
That one hits.
Yeah. And then of course season 2 is being worked on, so which we kind of figured was a thing. Then Marvel Studios had a few Emmy nominations. Loki, Moon Knight, Hawkeye picked up multiple nods. And what was it? This was what was it? Yeah, they got 19 nods across the series, which is kind of also pretty big.
Nice.
None of them for Best Actor for Oscar Isaacs, I don't think. Which is a pity because he really did an amazing performance, despite the fact I wasn't a big fan of Moon Knight, as what you guys were. His performance was exemplary. Was exemplary.
Oh,
yeah.
You did $5 words.
It meant really, really good. It meant really, really good.
This is like just a thin slice of all the nominations. Like,
oh no, totally, yeah, for sure.
It's just what our frame of reference is.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just
this is one of them got nominated.
One of them got through the.
This is our channel of what we enjoy. We enjoy the Marvel. We enjoy.
I know.
We're excited when that stuff goes through. But yeah,
I fully expect F. Murray Abraham to win. I think he got nominated for best supporting.
For what?
Voice acting.
Oh,
for Khonshu.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe.
God, such a good voice for that.
Maybe.
He killed Mozart, man.
Yeah. So this
Hero,
past.
Remember Last Action Hero? Brent?
Yeah, I do. I was never a fan of that film. I just didn't.
What?
No, it didn't resonate with me.
Brent's disappointing me today, man. Constantine, Last Action Hero.
Well, I don't know. There were.
I didn't watch Minions.
There were 90s.
Minions is great.
Shut up.
There were. You know 90s, how Brent? We're all picky. Brent's definitely got his.
90s was a bad time period for anything decent, with the exception of maybe The Matrix. I mean,
Oh, Matrix is done. Oh, and Fight Club. Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, but Fight Club's not really
7. So many good. There's good movies. Blade.
And Last Action Hero is like one of those movies that like starts off strong, but halfway through you just like change the channel.
You kind of forget what's going on.
Like I don't care for this movie anymore.
It's one of those movies where I remember the moments.
Yeah,
like
it's like halfway through, like the setup's good, but once he's in the movie and like after the first chase, you're like,
it's like when I think of the ending.
Any of it.
When I try to think of the ending,
I can tell you how the setup is, and you're like
when I try. Oh yeah. Well, tell us.
Remind us.
Tell us then.
He's a poor kid. He used to go to a theater all the time, and the theater owner gave him a special ticket. And this is, I got this special ticket, and rips it in half, and he goes in the theater, falls into. He's trying to figure it out. That's it.
Okay.
And he gets chased by the bad guy.
All I remember for the end is like, is Ron Howard's brother there for some reason?
He's always in other movies.
Okay. Yeah, he's there. He's like some, I don't know, like death makes it through the screen or something like that and starts killing a bunch of people. That part's pretty cool. The cop starts choking on the donut as he's walking by. That's pretty cool. Look at Brent. Look at Brent. Brent's getting antsy. He wants to move on.
No, talk about it.
And then very, very end's cool because
I just don't remember
it's back in where you have the real Arnold and the actor Arnold, and like everything gets fine back in.
Yeah,
I still like you got the premiere.
They needed.
I guess the third act is like really bad. The third act is slow.
Yeah, I just remember they needed him to get crossed over back into the film realm. Therefore, his wound would be less serious. Like he gets shot in the real world.
Wound in our world, but in their world, it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah,
he's the main. He's the main character. He's got the plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor, everything. Like movie logic will save this guy's life.
Oh, this really hurts. I don't know.
I think they should do something like that with a superhero, but like kind of the reverse, where
Deadpool is kind of like their delivery of like the meta that Last Action Hero was pretty heavy-handed with. It's a lot more like, more tongue-in-cheek these days. But
it's not a bad idea. It just wasn't executed as best.
I think we weren't ready for that yet. Gremlins did it well. You need to do it a certain way.
Did you see the Gremlins? One of the Gremlins people that worked on it, one of the producers or whatever, called out the Mandalorian for saying that Baby Yoda looks like a gremlin.
Joe Dante. I didn't really want.
Oh, Joe Dante.
I didn't want to bring this up, but we'll lose.
Yoda was made 4 years earlier, so I don't know what you thought.
Joe Dante.
He looks like a Mogwai.
He looks like a Mogwai. Yeah, he does look
silhouette.
Like
that's what he said.
The silhouette is exactly looks like a Mogwai.
It's just a small face in the ears. It's like, and if it's green, then you're gonna get Mogwai no matter what.
Just enough.
I want to put some perspective in there. I do want to put some perspective into this for the audience, though. So Joe Dante made some of the top films of the 80s and early 90s, which everything from the Gremlins, of course, to what's it called? The Twilight Zone movie. He did one of the stories in that. He did all these great, very wacky.
The gremlin on the plane is he just?
No, yeah.
Which one did he do in that one?
What's that? He did the one with the creature. Oh god, it's been a while since I've seen it.
He just does Gremlins.
Yeah, he does wacky, weird.
Is that with
creature
John?
type
Is that
things.
John Lithgow or?
Yes, it was the John Lithgow one.
John
I think.
Lithgow one.
Yeah. But and I've always loved his work. He's always pushed for doing
Oh, guys,
stuff. As he's
hold on.
gotten
Let me
older.
say one thing.
Yeah.
If you really want to go in a rabbit hole, look up the Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah.
There's crazy stuff happened on that.
Yeah,
and that's all I'm gonna say.
God,
That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
look
say.
up John Landis. Just look up
Yeah.
John Landis.
All I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a huge rabbit hole.
But anyway, with that, I've always loved Joe Dante's work and always respected him as a filmmaker. But for him to come out 3 years after The Mandalorian has aired and kind of say, "Oh, this looks like my," I'm upset that that this baby Yoda looks like my Gizmo, I think is a bit wrong, and I feel like he's just trying to push this element of trying to get known again, or at least get his controversy to get himself connected back to Gremlins and doing more Gremlins related material or something.
This is publicity stunt for
publicity stunt. Yeah,
for the upcoming Gizmo adventure.
I hope not. I really hope not. But he's got nothing to do.
We need Gremlins in the lexicon somehow.
We need a
Baby Yoda would be the perfect way to reach.
Yeah.
People
right,
never heard of him
it's just coincidental that they've got a Gremlins animated show coming out. Whether I'm not sure whether he has anything to do with it or not. But then on top of the fact that he would be,
if he's worried about Gizmo's likeness, I'm sure he has something to do with it.
But then the thing is that, Yoda came out first, and all Grogu is a baby version of Yoda anyway. So it's like it's exactly the way Yoda would look as a.
They should have done a video apology saying like, "Hey, I'm upset that Grogu looks like a Mogwai," and then the video starts going crazy.
Honestly,
and
don't see the connection.
I just thought it was funny that it's like Yoda was clearly made first, and you look at Grogu, and you're like, what else would a young Yoda look like?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Yoda was designed in 1980 by Stuart Freeborn, and Gremlins were made in 1984. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they were inspired by Gizmo to make Baby Yoda, though. That is something that you would reference.
Gizmo's not a baby. Gizmo's not a baby. I mean,
I know, but he's like a baby.
Babu Frick is tiny, and he's not a baby. And
I know, but
Gaga of the Babu Frick.
But when people put together, he's right. When people put together a lookbook and images of what they want to,
think of the table. Think of the table. Thinking it was like, all right, we're gonna make this Baby Yoda guy.
Yeah.
Like, what are our reference we got? And I'm sure Gizmo passed through those notes.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me, but it's not a blatant copy of.
But they had Yoda and Yaddle, and that was basically it for the references.
That's the only references.
Gizmo had hair. Of course, it's not.
And any concept art that they had for Yoda. So
I think
naturally,
it's a thin line.
And
I think it's a thin line that you could really make that comparison without, unless you're purposely making it to get your name back out there and be connected with any future Gremlin-related projects, which seems like it is. But I think it's a bad way. Yeah, go for it.
They could be tied in. Listen, they could be tied in.
What's that?
Because Gizmo is very old. Yoda is very old.
Yes.
One lives on Earth. One lives in space. Maybe one of the species came to Earth a long time ago, and over a time period grew hair.
Oops. Oh, what a shame.
Thank you.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Elijah.
That bit went a little too long, Elijah. Sorry.
No. If George Lucas can put ET in a Senate meeting, then I can link Yoda to fucking Mogwais.
Then up comes from the maw of the Sarlacc pit.
See, Max,
the
that's
gauntlet,
what happens when you
which
bring
we
up.
know belongs to Boba Fett.
That's what happens when Max brings up content out of line and we're not actually talking about it. No.
I wasn't even talking about music. It still censored me. I was talking about Yoda. He's like, "You're out of here. Out of line."
Anyway. I mean. It was definitely news. I actually honestly forgot about it, but at the time I was kind of a little annoyed about that, the way he had presented that argument.
Steve, leave Star Wars alone.
there is a lot. No, it was more the factor of it's been 3 years. You know, he could have said this 3 years ago when it first came out. And it was like, okay, maybe then they could say something. But because he's saying it 3 years later and right before an animated
serious
series,
is he about this? Was this a tweet?
Apparently he's. I
What was
think
it, Elijah?
I think it was an interview he gave, right?
I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I'm laughing
yeah.
at a joke. I'm laughing at my own joke, and I can't even get it out. I want to say it so bad. So
Say it. Go for it. Go
Okay.
for it. Go. For
I have to say it seriously though, because now it won't work because now it's all broken up.
it.
Okay, but seriously,
Mhm.
Brent,
Yeah. Yes.
has Yoda ever eaten after midnight?
Oh God. Probably.
I'm sorry,
Watch
guys.
out.
If you've been listening, sorry for the loss of brain cells.
So okay, so has I don't
You
know.
are now
I
dumber
don't know
have
that
listening to that.
question. It depends on what planet he's on at the time. I'm sure
Yoda's
it's
always
midnight.
in the dark.
I'm sure it's midnight somewhere
Stop
on another
If Yoda
planet.
ate after midnight,
I'm
he
sure it's
turned-
midnight somewhere on another planet.
The gremlin logic
How
falls
do we
apart
know?
once you start
How
talking
do we know
about
that if
it.
Yoda didn't eat after midnight, that he wouldn't turn into a pod and then turn into a gremlin after that?
Dude, like
What?
Loki, you screenshot that.
I don't think Loki's on today.
Oh man, that is existing now. That exists out there. It's on video.
You know when Yoda's on top of Luke and he's like
Yeah,
Luke does
yeah.
fuzz him.
Yeah.
Falls.
Well, he has one arm up,
Yeah, that's it.
but
He's riding him like a panther.
That's it. Yes. Oh God.
All right. We can move
Oh
on.
are
dear.
we done with the gremlin bit?
I think
Yes.
we're done with the Gremlins bit. Yes. Let's move on. So.
Now, our next piece of news: Secrets of the Mogwai.
No, we
Oh yeah,
haven't- we haven't
new
got-
reveal, a new cast.
Yeah,
of
in
Mogwai.
other news, no, we haven't got any updates on that since.
Speaking of Howie
last week.
Mandel,
He's
one
of the other
news
things
recently. You guys
So, yeah.
see that?
I
Did you guys see that?
Other
No.
than his podcast, no. What are you in the news for?
I thought he like did weird TikTok post where he just showed like a lapsed body part. I'm just censoring myself.
Okay,
It was really
yeah.
nasty,
Okay,
and like
all right.
everyone saw it, and like
I
we were like,
didn't.
why is Howie Mandel?
I
posting
think
this
people
stuff?
forget he used to be kind of an edgy comedian that didn't really have a set. He would just go up. and
Edgy,
do
as in
stuff.
like put condoms on his face. And
I mean, that was
blow them up.
edgy. It was like he didn't
was
have like
weird.
jokes.
He
would
was
just go
weird.
up
He
and
was-
do stuff.
He was up there. He had this. Yeah, he was a wacky guy
Right.
back then,
Okay.
and now he's like
That was just a germaphobe. That's what a lot of people know about him.
he's a deal or no deal. I think it's
Yeah.
where he came back.
Yeah. Anyway, the other thing that happened this week, every year now since I guess COVID, Sideshow collectibles have been having a online convention that lasts for like 6 days. Maybe it's 7. I can't remember. But
We want your money.
they want my money. Yes.
Where's your money?
Well, some of the stuff that they dropped was quite interesting. They dropped the Obi-Wan Kenobi
Oh,
figure, but
Do you want a Ewan McGregor doll?
yeah,
There you go.
but on closer look at the face, it's really. I don't have any close-ups actually of it. I just
well,
realized,
sometimes
but
these are the not the final pieces, right?
they're usually not, but that's becoming into play a little bit, which I hope they do kind of alter the sculpt. Because a lot of people, especially fans of Kenobi, are a bit concerned about the face sculpt on this one. Again, I should have grabbed a close-up, but it's very serious and very kind of brooding. It's not a great. It's not what I call one of the better face sculpts,
Did
unfortunately.
they
Now,
want
are
like
they-
a
are
barbecue
they
Kenobi
auto-
where he's partying? Like,
Are they
know.
computer scanning all of these facial? Are they doing these now? Or are they have
In
actual
some
sculpting
cases,
in?
they
a
might, but
mix?
I think they've got sculptors that physically sculpt. I've seen video from them where they actually are sitting there with clay and they're sculpting their own
Like
individual
just from
Yeah.
scratch, like
from scratch. Yeah,
Okay, it's
Yeah.
just it's
I mean,
hard to
they-
know.
they've
if-
got
if
plenty-
What's what, or if they manipulate like
Yeah.
a model.
yeah.
They start with a mold and then like
I-
change it a bit, or
I
I
believe
feel like they have
most
the
of this
tech.
stuff-
They have
the
the
frame,
tech.
and then try to like manipulate the
They
the
do. Yeah.
expressions.
They have
visibly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just do like an image map
Yeah.
of like sad face.
Yeah, that would
yeah.
be weird.
Yeah.
I
No,
can see that
I
happening.
think I don't think they may have the access to that privy to that information, but I don't know. I think they do most of their stuff from hand sculpting. But it feels like they've kind of like got a new batch of artists that is still training, because they've also released the Clone Wars Ahsoka Tano, which is this one. And again, the face sculpt on this is not that kind of good. It's weird. There's something weird about this particular version. This is like 16-year-old or 14-year-old Ahsoka Tano.
They
I mean,
took
this is
that-
definitely going off of like the first season of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they took the file from the show,
right.
and just printed it out.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It feels like it needs a bit more of a. Again, it's really about the broodiness of the face. It's like Ahsoka Tano is not a broody character.
Well,
and-
the Obi-Wan face looks like he did in the first act of the series.
Yeah, you're
Just
right.
When
He
he's
does-
cutting meat.
You're right. Yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
has
that's-
that.
That's the look
That's
he makes when
Yeah.
Owen throws the toy on the ground.
Yeah, but where I'm going with this is like, the fans don't want to see that look on Obi-Wan as their, if they're going to spend $300 on a figure, they don't necessarily want to have that broody kind of look, or at least have an option. So it's hard to tell, but either way, there's some of the cool things. But some of the new things that have been released that they've dropped on the Star Wars front. But the one big thing that they showed, and this is over in the Hong Kong release, they do this big thing in Hong Kong, I think every couple of years, where they end up doing a massive sideshow display. They ended up by displaying a full-scale version of the N1 Naboo starfighter. And it's
full
got
scale?
120 centimeters by 180 centimeters. And just for you guys in feet,
Huge.
that is
Man.
4 feet 1 inch wide by 70 inches. So it's 5 feet 8 inches long.
Wait, did you say? I thought you said full scale.
This is scaled
To the 12-inch figure.
to the 12-inch figures. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
That
Yeah.
Jawa is a 12-inch Jawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, in
So
this
that's like
Look,
what,
I can't
an
fit in
8-inch
that.
an
Yeah.
8-inch
So
Jawa,
this,
maybe.
this
6
thing is
inch
nearly
Jawa?
6 feet long. This speeder is
Whoa.
nearly 6 feet long.
What scale are the 12-inch figures actually?
1/6.
1/6 scale.
Yeah. But I took this off of some video image. But so this is a full-size Mandalorian that's sitting inside of it.
And you posted a comment, and they responded back to like cheeky, like,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it might be there.
So yes. So they've also put in BD1 as
Oh,
well.
look at that!
Yeah, which is really sweet.
Where's
So-
Amy Sedaris?
BD-72.
Huh?
Amy
Yeah,
Sedaris?
BD-72. Sorry, yeah, a BD1 based droid.
Yeah, where's Amy Sedaris?
Yeah, they haven't released her yet. So yeah, Elijah, I ended up on the live stream that they did for Sideshow.
Right.
I ended up by asking this question. I said, "Will we be getting to see the Hot Toys 12-inch Naboo fighter?" And that was displayed in Hong Kong, shown at the San Diego Comic-Con. And then they responded, "That is a very good question." So that means either they don't know or they don't want to answer the question.
Yeah.
I know there's not many of these things, and I doubt this is going to be for sale. I think this is kind of like, it's such a high end. I think it might be a display piece, because they showed the cockpit. Remember when they showed the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and it had like the 12-inch?
Yeah,
Han,
but they got to make a
they never-
limited run of at least a
They-
couple hundred or something. Like,
I
when
don't
you
even
mold
know if
something
that-
up like that. That's not
Yeah.
like a one-off. I mean,
Right.
they have
But-
to mold those pieces, and it's like at least they could make more.
Yeah, well, I mean, they showed the TIE fighter there when we went a couple of years ago, the 12-inch scale TIE fighter, and that was like 3 feet tall. And good God, it was gorgeous, but they didn't have a price tag to it, and they were never going to put one, which means they're high-end collectors.
There's still stuff that, I mean, I see stuff often that they
Hmm.
don't release. Like, they show there and they never release. The Marty, the In Disguise Marty 2015, they had the
that's
the
small
train
stuff.
Doc
Yeah.
Brown, like
Yeah.
where they had different clothing for some of the figures.
Yeah, but this
I know
is,
some of the vehicles they don't make, but
yeah, they didn't end up by build. They actually, I think they even had it there too. Is they had a one of the fighters, Anakin Skywalker's fighter from Revenge of the Sith, his at the beginning of the film, and they had that there on display. And I know they've got it on there to be released pile, but I think something like this is in the $10,000 range or more. It wouldn't surprise me. It's going to be up there because it's such a big item.
Right.
But my God, it's gorgeous. It now pushes me even further to want to build and create a 3D printed version. But I want to get those details. I want to see those details.
Oh, that would be awesome. You
Yeah.
could totally do that. I
Yeah.
think that's what you should do. How much did that cost? Like the price of a car?
What's that? Oh, it wouldn't. There is no price to it. They haven't put a price tag on it. They never put a price tag on.
Yeah, no, who would buy it? Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Well, yeah, people with a lot of money would buy that sort of thing, and that's where it would go.
Got one order from Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Become friends with Leo. Maybe one day we'll have him purchase.
And the Prince of Liberia or some prince from
sure.
foreign country have enough money to like.
Yeah, completely. But
Liberia's deficit in your skyrocket.
Yeah. But that's the at least some of the Star Wars stuff that came out of their small online convention this past week. I'm curious to get the BD-72.
That looks awesome.
That is kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he'd have to come.
We could make that. That's easy.
We could. We could.
I feel like they should make like a full size version of those. Like they're not that big.
Yeah. Well, Lego had a full size version that they displayed when I was at Star Wars Celebration, which is kind of cool because it had pieces that it literally was like you could hold it, and then the legs would actually, you could actually move his legs and hold the head. It's kind of like a marionette puppet almost.
That's cool. Did that what's their what are they called, that Instagram account that you sent Lola to, the McMaster?
Oh, McMaster Robots. Yeah.
Did they do that guy yet?
Oh yeah. They've built several of him. I think in fact I still need to.
He's in a Fallen Order, right?
Yeah. That's all on my day 3, I think, convention. I still haven't gone back. I need to go back to my Star Wars Celebration videos and edit everything.
We're like waiting.
I've been busy for. I'll try to get at least day 3 kind of edited together for next week.
Brent's lacking, man.
You have 6 hours of.
You're gonna have Comic-Con in like 4 days.
Yeah. Let's hear this excuse. Wait, hold on. Let me hear this excuse.
You have 6 hours of footage that you have to edit, and believe me, the computer space is not big enough. I have to do it in small clumps and small sections. Otherwise, I'll crash my computer. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, that's my excuse.
Anyways, yeah, that's my excuse.
What?
I hate excuses.
Anyway, so let's talk about Ms. Marvel.
Okay.
All right. We had the season finale of Ms. Marvel, episode 6. Everybody's thoughts on it. Max, can you hear us?
He's frozen.
Oh no, we might have lost Max.
He's stuck in the Nor.
There we go. He's stuck in the Max verse.
You're stuck in the
Nor
Shadowverse.
I was stuck for a sec. What's up?
What did you think of Ms. Marvel this week?
Oh, I loved it. It was great. They said the one word I wanted them to say for years.
Well, okay, we are going to spoil this, so we're going to talk spoilers if you haven't seen Ms. Marvel. Hey, Anchorman, better late than never. Yeah, the one word we are going to talk spoilers for Ms. Marvel, so which we usually do every week anyway. But go for it.
Yeah, they changed her origin. They brought her back to what the original comic creator wanted her to be before the Inhumans took over all of Marvel Comics for a couple years.
Yep, by saying that one word.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. What was the word? Mutation.
Mutation.
And then followed with that.
Yep. Yeah.
That's all I needed to make me happy and make me.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, all right. Hey, we got the little jingle and everything like that.
Her friend Jubilee comes over to pick her up to go to the mall.
Anyway, yeah, it was a great episode. I as a great series. I think out of all the shows that they've done to date, it's the most full of a series from beginning to end, where it hasn't hit those. Like each one of the series have hit at least 1 or 2 episodes where it's hit this lower standard, and then it bounces back up again. In this case, I felt like this series for me stayed a constant even across the board. Again, thoroughly enjoyed this show all the way through. And if you haven't seen it, or if you're kind of skeptical about it, throw that out the door and watch this series. I mean, there was some fun things that that we saw in this. I mean, some of these visual effects are actually pretty decent too. I mean, there's some cool stuff going on there.
Yeah, some good
Except for that one fight between the two teenagers in the bus stop. That was kind of boring.
Bruno needs to work on
the bus
crawling
one?
through windows. That's my
Oh yeah. There's some cool stuff going on there. I mean,
It was very cool. There were some
Yeah.
great parts.
Yeah,
There were
there
some
was.
episodes that
If I
definitely
were
stand
to
out
have-
more than others.
If I were to have any critiques, it would be like the choreography could have been a little better. And
Yeah.
For the fight sequences.
yeah, filming
Yeah.
the fight
Mhm.
sequences didn't.
Mhm.
It seemed like they could have been a lot more dialed in. But then
Fair enough.
again, when you're working on a show, you're not going to have the budget to do
Yep.
fight sequences or dedicate a whole day
Yeah.
to fight sequences. So I understand.
Yeah.
But let's change some standards, guys. You're Disney Marvel, man. You could
Mm.
afford to do a few days and focus on your choreography. I mean, this is
And
Disney money.
some of it's silly because
You know?
she's just projecting like
Mm.
punches and things like that, where you just have to pull off the movement to
Yeah.
make it look real, and
Yeah.
you have to animate that in,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
But
it's
that
not
is
like
like the
hand-to-hand combat. It's like you're using your,
Yeah.
yeah, but that is
pantomiming skills
always
or whatever.
yeah, but that's always going to be a thing that you're going to have to deal with when you're doing the show. Is
Yeah.
there is going to be the choreography and for fighting and maybe
Right.
even some special effects
right,
will
right.
not match up to
Right.
the standard of like
Yeah.
what the MCU
Yeah.
has offered. But besides that, I liked everything they did.
Yeah.
They were strong in every other sector of
Yeah.
storytelling.
The family
Like,
unit I thought was great. The family unit was fantastic in this show. The mother, the father, and the brother. I just thought that was a great dynamic. Because
Yeah, I like the
sorry, Jason, you were saying?
No,
Oh,
I
he's-
forgot.
Okay, all right.
I forgot.
Okay,
What,
okay. But yeah, the family dynamic. I like the fact that it was the mother that gave her uniform, her costume.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love the fact that it was the father that. I think I have the image somewhere.
yeah, we were
The father
in-
gives her the name.
Yeah, we were teased that her mom has skills in making
Yes, yeah.
costumes, like after seeing those Hulk outfits that she made.
Right. Yes.
So
yeah,
we
yeah,
knew
that's
that
funny.
she has she's
Yeah.
good and quick
Yes.
because
Yeah.
she was able to
Yeah.
get Bruno the set up food for Bruno to take home.
Mhm.
We know that
Yep.
she's quick and that
Yep.
she could sew. So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
this happened, it wasn't that much of a
It's
surprise.
like I
It was
had
a
some
No, it
Joanne
wasn't.
fabric coupons to use. They're like
They-
buy one get one 80% off.
yeah.
I like that
Go
since
make
like
that shit.
it explains why it's a lot of textiles, like their traditional
Patch,
textiles.
Patching
Yeah,
fabrics.
that they had on there. So that was cool. I like that they incorporated the culture in the suit itself. It was
Yeah.
great, good stuff.
Yeah. So I like this dynamic where the school bully, she was kind of like she turned around after being rescued.
Was she ever really a
And,
bully
She wasn't a
though?
bully.
Well,
They
she
made
was
her
like
look
the
a
popular-
popular
the
student.
popular-
He's using that term loosely.
She
Yeah.
bullied. She bullied. She
She's
bullied
just
her
popular,
in the
but,
beginning. It was the,
No,
it was
she didn't
Yeah.
bully her. She
Yeah,
just
she,
like,
it was
literally
just the
sold the
popular
market. She
kid.
demeaned
Kid.
her.
Necklace.
She demeaned
That was her
but-
big scene.
Yeah. But I thought it was kind of cool because I didn't.
But
I
I
honestly
think
didn't
calling
see
her
that
a
coming.
bully isn't
Yeah.
the right term
Okay,
for
fair enough. Yeah.
that character.
But it was kind of cool to see that turnaround because that was something that threw me out of left field. I was like, whoa, hey, that's kind of cool.
that's yeah.
And the
That's
fact that
that's
she was the key to getting the word out there that there was, that they were, attacking the school and this can't be done. This shouldn't be happening, which I thought was great. So,
well, what
but,
I was going to say
yeah,
was that I like the bringing together of everyone who was introduced through the film.
yes,
Like everyone from
Yeah.
like
series, yeah.
the
Yeah.
different groups of people they saw that
Yeah.
they were targeting when they're
Mhm.
campaigning for Nakia.
Yes,
Like
yes.
all of those people showed up,
They all,
and that's what's
yeah.
good about this
Community.
show.
Hmm.
Well, what the show did right was like the just telling you that like this community that she lives in is also
Yeah.
like a playing role in
Yeah.
in the storytelling too,
Yes,
and they're
yeah.
a part of the arc as well. And
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
whole like everyone gathered around, just like watching everything happen.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
that
The
was
parents
This
were
is
like
a
literally
great
there
job
on the
showing power
sideline.
of community.
yeah.
hmm And then now they stand up against the shared villain or the antagonist.
Yes,
that was good stuff. Good moment.
Was
I love how the
other
lady, what's his name, DODC agent who was back at the office was like, "Why did you do all that? I told you not to."
Yeah.
He's always the same character, huh?
Yeah.
He just looks like he just worked. He's like still at the office for hours. He's just always playing that role, like in everything I've seen him in. Yeah. He's good at it.
Well, I mean, I think we had a conversation on our reaction video, and I mean, I feel like she's destined for some other stuff in the MCU. You guys don't seem to think that we'll see her again.
Came in the last episode.
No,
for no
she's
reason
not interesting.
Oh, she's been in.
She's not interesting enough.
Really?
I don't think her hair was tall enough. I think if her hair was taller, we would have seen her again. But
really? Okay.
Hair just wasn't tall.
Well, I just don't. I wouldn't. If I saw her pop up again, I should be like.
She's gonna get a spin-off with the dude with the flip guy from the Spider-Man movies, and they're just gonna have their own spin-off for the two.
He is funny. He showed up again in Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah,
flip.
Yeah.
He filmed the busboy fight. Yeah. So he shows up. He has already recurred, but her, I
see. Liam
maybe if there's like
a potential.
She's got potential.
All right. Well, let's hope. I don't know. I would
put that on put that on your bingo card.
Okay. Yeah. We should make a bingo card of all this.
Yeah, we need to start making.
Yeah. Put it in the same section where you put Natalie Portman's muscles, huh?
Ouch. What else is there going on? By the way, I reacted that I thought I knew this person in our reaction video, and it turns out he's another YouTuber.
Oh, yeah.
He and his family are YouTubers, which are kind of that I've
he did have this inherent charisma that
it was kind of funny. It was just like, wait a minute, I know that person. But
it was funny. He had he got to shine. You got that on camera? You got that body camera footage?
Trust Liam. He knows what he's talking about. What other stuff was going on? Okay, all right. Let's talk about Home Alone.
Oh, the elephant toothpaste gag.
Yeah,
was great.
Well, just in general, the
that was like
school...
that whole like what they use in chemistry is such a big YouTube thing.
Right.
For a while. Remember that? Like when they people would make like, I did my whole backyard of elephant toothpaste.
All they do every week, it's like somebody else, and they're doing it.
And I think that's really relevant for how they would plan an attack. Something like that. Like,
sure.
I've seen like millions of videos. Let's do this.
This
is perfect. So I like that. That's
well, not just that, but just in general, there was this whole very Home Alone vibe through it, and I think they had to find some way to deneutralize the element that the kids were fighting, back in a school where they could very well be shot and all that.
They also did
they played it fair.
DC being completely useless throughout the whole fight. They were just bumbling morons.
They were, they had to do that. For sure.
Yeah, they're sonic cannons, so it was non-lethal.
But they walked into every trap. Like, they're like, what's over here? Another trap?
Yeah. But they had some sonic weapons that were quite powerful and stuff.
I mean, dude, teenagers were buffed in this show, dude. You're able to kill like clandestines and events, government government soldiers
quickly too
with them government weapons.
Yeah. And what
a
else?
Teenager beat Raheem for the mosque board.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, teenagers are buffed in this show, man.
Yeah.
Right, Brent?
What do
you think about that?
What does the word buffed mean?
Oh, it's buffed? like the opposite of nerfed, like OP'd, like stronger.
Oh, stronger.
They have to, don't they?
Yes.
Isn't that a term from D&D?
Maybe
it should be.
In Australia is different then, and it was a long time ago. I don't know.
Always, let's hear this excuse. What is this?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. I don't remember. I haven't played D&D since I was 19.
Swirls.
What?
Dollary dues.
And I guess last thoughts of the episode, our little post-credit scene. So there seems to be a couple of different theories about what's going on here. Some people think it is Miss Marvel repossessed.
I know exactly what's going on.
Okay,
I was waiting.
Tell us, Max.
I was like,
tell
let's
us,
just
Max.
ask Max.
Tell us, Max.
In the comics, the bracelet that Kamal has is referred to as the Nega band, and in the comics, they had the ability, if they were separated, if two people each had one, they could revert their positions and like.
Okay.
So it's like,
So
do you mean
Captain
switch
Marvel
places or
switch places?
Switch places. Okay,
So
so
Captain
it is
Marvel has
Captain
the-
Marvel, not.
Yeah, so they switched places. So I'm guessing that Captain Marvel touched the other band, and they switched places.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Okay.
Which is funny because the original Captain Marvel used to do that with his not sidekick, but whatever you used to call those other people that just hang around the heroes.
Yeah. So we're not going to have to worry about doing a body swap or anything like that. It really is going to be
not a body swap.
when we hit the Marvels, which of course are going to be these three characters with the I forgot her name.
Monica
Rambeau. Monica
Rambeau.
Rambeau. Yes, Monica Rambeau and all that. We're going to go with a travel from Earth back to wherever Camilla ended up at, I guess, and which is going to be interesting. I mean, I'd like to know what that story is going to be like. I'm kind of more invested in the Marvels now than I was before because of Miss Marvel. I'm curious to know where it's going. We should be getting a trailer for that hopefully soon too.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not this year. I think
they said
actually is. Yeah. Sorry, Jason.
Because they said at the end of the credits, right? She'll reappear in the Marvels.
In the Marvels, yeah.
I totally forgot about. I forgot about that one.
Is that this year or is that next year?
I wasn't thinking about that one at all. Did you guys?
I think it's early next year, right? Isn't it January or something like that?
For what?
The Marvels?
I totally forgot about.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure.
It's July 28th, 2023. It's next summer.
Oh, about a year.
So it's a while off yet. Okay, so we got Black Panther first, and
I think the next show is Black Panther, huh?
Yeah, Black Panther's I think the only other movie this year, but that makes 3 that we've had this year. Then they got the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, which is in December, but that's straight to Disney Plus. And I think Guardians 3
got
is
pushed
late
out
summer.
of this year. Ant-Man got pushed out of this year.
Yeah, Ant-Man is actually early. Is in March or something like that. Yeah, I think that's March. So I think there's 3 movies next year too. So,
so when's Loki supposed to come out? That's about next year.
Season 2. I think they started shooting. There's rumor that it's
they started shooting.
Yeah.
You can see set photos of it. I won't spoil what they're of, but there's some set photos out there.
Oh yeah. Let's not spoil it. But yeah.
Spoil. We'll see him next week.
Yeah. Anyway, end of the day, Ms. Marvel was an awesome series. Definitely worth checking out if you didn't get the chance to see it. And surprised surprised me a lot. Of how much I
because Brent was famously a Miss Marvel hater.
I wasn't a hater. I just didn't have any. I was not invested.
Like, God, I'm so.
It's not.
I guess we'll watch it. I guess we'll react to it. You know, we got Obi-Wan around. We don't have time for Miss Marvel.
I think She-Hulk is gonna do the same thing. I think he's talking all this shit about She-Hulk.
He's not excited about it.
I'm kind of not. But
like
apparently
anti Miss Marvel.
There is some rumor that
I was like, dude, Brent, chill out, dude. You don't have to hate it that much.
There is some rumor that Matt Murdock's going to play a bigger part than expected in She-Hulk. So
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Murdock showed up, if the Thing showed up, if even Spider-Man showed up. Like,
well,
that's what's exciting. That's what's exciting about
She-Hulk has so many friends.
Well,
we're gonna get a good cross section of what this world is like and the type of stuff they have to deal with, because we're just gonna have like maybe a montage even of like superheroes on trial.
And Max, you might have a point about that. The other thing that's coming out of Marvel Studios right now is that they're going to announce the cast supposedly at San Diego Comic-Con for Fantastic Four, which means that they're going to want to get the jump on who might be playing some of these characters if they turn up at some point from here on into the future. And if that is the case, if the Thing... It wouldn't be the Thing at the time. It
depends how they play. I think if you want to have a
Michael Chiklis
with 2 Hulks and Ben Grimm, you want him to be the Thing.
Ben Grimm. That's it. Really interesting. Okay, but then Yeah, I'd be curious to see how they do that without, unless they do not. No, they can't do it.
Honestly, I don't think they need to do another origin for the Fantastic Four. I think they already did
Right.
2 Fantastic Four origin movies. I think they could just put
Yeah.
up the thing and just say he's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, and everyone will just
Possibly.
accept it.
Yeah, like
Possibly
Spider-Man.
this, like they did with Spider-Man. Then they go tell the backstory in the movie or something like that if they need to fill anything in.
Or when you check in, they're still going through their origins, you know, like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
As he was still going through it when we met.
But the idea of the Fantastic Four.
Like, later, Jen, we're going to space. It's gonna be a great time.
Can't wait for our space trip, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Max. The Fantastic Four, they all went through the same ordeal together to become their super origin powers. They didn't each individually do something separate. Yeah,
they all went through it together.
Yeah.
And it's actually
right. Like
it's been hinted that Reed may have planned it all along to get them their powers to. But that was much later. Originally, it was like an accident that happened that they didn't blame Reed for.
That's what you play around with the story.
That's
like
what I'm aware of.
Batman Beyond. They did a Batman Beyond where it's been planned this whole time.
Yeah, that's literally what they did. They're like, we planned to instruct them to get their powers to harness you guys for this very moment.
Well, like also what was going to be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Remember? This was all planned. Remember, like the reveal of his dad still being alive, and then like his DNA or something. That there was like it was all like muddled, but I think that's what they were heading to.
Yeah,
I think that's been a common thing after the Batman Beyond reveal, huh?
Yeah.
The Batman Beyond reveal did it pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that what's the Amanda Waller or what's
Amanda Waller? Yeah,
Waller telling him everything.
Yeah, but I mean, apart from that, I mean, that's pretty much all the news I've got there as such. But
that's pretty big. That's pretty big for Fantastic Four revealing the cast.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I mean, it's coming through.
I did hear some cool
Marvel
speculation that.
Is that from like Ain't It Cool News or something? Where'd you guys hear that?
Oh, through Marvel themselves. Marvel did a.
Oh, so then Marvel, that's pretty.
Marvel did a
pretty
Twitter.
Certain then.
I think it's either Marvel or it's one of the offshoots of Marvel on their Twitter streams. So they specifically, from what I could tell, they had said that the Wakanda trailer will be dropping, and so I think they're just trying to build up a hype for them being at Comic-Con. So.
Well, they also had John Krasinski talking about Fantastic Four, and he specifically stated that. Well, Marvel told me that they wanted someone younger, someone in their 20s or 30s.
Right.
So it's like if he's putting that out there, it means Marvel want him to say that because he wouldn't have no other knowledge.
Right.
Either way.
Yeah. Either that, or he's cast and he's just going to pull Andrew Garfield and lie.
Yeah. It's sounding less and less that who was the actor who played Mr. Fantastic in.
What's his name? He was Lancelot in the Arthur movie.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't think. Do we think he's going to stay and remain as Reed Richards at all? Or?
Say it again.
Wait, who are you talking about? John Krasinski or the original?
Is it John Krasinski who played him? I don't
think he's going to be
multiverse.
I think they're both too old to stick around for a good while. I think they probably are going to get someone in their 20s or 30s.
Yeah,
they want more. They want to do a lot, and
they're not going to bring Patrick Stewart back either. Yeah, they're not going to bring back Patrick Stewart either. So it's like. It feels like those were alternate versions of their facial structure and everything like that. So it feels like they did the fan service thing for.
It's the only way you could really get that cast member to be in it, you know?
Correct.
Is through like a multiverse thing, just to fulfill some fan stuff.
Yeah,
so
completely.
They utilized the whole multiverse premise.
Correct.
Pretty good. Exactly. They did a good job with.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, at that point, guys, I mean, I don't have any updated news of any sort. It's kind of a quiet week, but we don't have any reaction videos this week. We just lost Jason. That wasn't me either. But yeah, we don't have any reaction video. Oh, here he is. Yeah, we don't have any reaction videos this coming week. At least I think we're a couple of weeks off before we get. The next stuff. We are going to react also, I think, to the Industrial Light and Magic 6-part series because I think we're all invested in the behind the scenes of filmmaking and stuff like that. I think they're going to show us a lot of footage in that series. what we probably had never seen before, which I think is kind of going to be kind of cool and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll check out the first one.
Light Star Wars news of like the Acolyte getting the tapping for the Loki director Kate Herron.
Oh yeah, I did come across that. Yeah, I don't know if that was official or not.
It's a scoop.
It's a scoop. I don't know.
It's a scoop. 6 hours ago it was posted. So I don't know.
Anchorman puts in here. Did you like Thor 4?
Thor 4.
Oh yeah, that's it. Because
Thor 4.
Yeah, we did talk about it the last week, but it was okay. It wasn't one of my favorites.
Oh my god, a leaked trailer of Ahsoka made it online.
Huh? Yeah.
A leaked trailer.
Yeah, the one they probably showed it. Yeah, they've actually. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to. We're not going to talk. We're not going to show anything because I don't want to getting shut down.
I'm watching it right now.
Disney. Yeah, they've got the full Mandalorian 3.
Jason's reaction that we don't know what he's reacting to.
Yeah,
Ahsoka trailer that leaked.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but
that'll be. There's another Comic-Con that it leaked through. That's not from Celebration. That's else footage. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to check that out later. But this is kind of funny watching Jason react to something.
Yeah.
Should we just react to it right? No, wait.
No, we can't. We don't want to be doing that. We do not want to be doing that. No.
It reminds me of the Mandalorian trailer leak. It's just
yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's very vague.
Same palette.
It's very remember this trailer.
Oh, look at this droid.
There were only
Twilix there.
You must understand. Yeah, that's
checking the bingo cards for Star Wars show.
Yeah, well, the Twi'lek is Hera, the back of her head at least.
I'm just saying general stuff of like what a Star Wars trailer tends to be.
Oh yeah.
It's like, look at this droid.
Yeah. Well, you saw the
building.
You saw the Quacky and monkey lizards, Salacious B. Crumb's race, hanging out in a tree, right, in the Mandalorian trailer.
In the Mandalorian, there's like a shit ton of Babu Fricks.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
It's like a swarm of Babu Fricks.
Oh yeah, but the actual the footage that you're seeing from the footage you're seeing from Ahsoka, though, the Ahsoka trailer, they were only 2 weeks into shooting at that point when they dropped the footage at
it was
Celebration.
Just dailies, all the dailies from what they've shot.
But they still pulled together enough footage to make the audience go ooh. And unfortunately, I never saw it visually because I was on the sidelines of the screen in that particular moment.
I mean, thanks to the volume and her being in her makeup, so she's already screen ready.
Oh, totally.
So there's not much they need to do.
They have lengthened the length of her tendrils of her laku, I think they're called laku or something like that.
If you're getting this much footage from that little of shooting, it shows you how much of this show is going to be practical.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot. Well, there's the end shot where Sabine walks up to a giant painting. Did you see that last image? Yeah. The painting itself was done in Star Wars Rebels. That was one of the last scenes we saw in Star Wars Rebels season 4.
Now that's how you have fun with like the production design, and you want to reference.
Well, that's where it would pick up, because right before that was when Ahsoka Tano gets the name of Thrawn. She goes, "Where's Grand Admiral Thrawn?" And that's when she goes to meet Sabine and grab Sabine, because they were going to go on the journey to find Ezra Bridger, which is a great moment. But
showing that they do the referencing the art of Star Wars Rebels, it kind of gives that series kind of this campfire storytelling vibe, in that context. So that's kind of interesting that you just choose like the art for something that speaks like the art style itself will kind of serve as like a canon tissue.
Rebels is fully Ralph McQuarrie based art, and in fact, that's the beautiful thing about this book. And if anyone out there is interested, the unboxing I did yesterday for the Ralph McQuarrie art book, there are several pages that specifically I was going, oh my God, this is the artwork directly in Rebels. Some of the landscapes, some of the towers, stuff like that. There are scenes that are 100% taken straight out of a Ralph McQuarrie painting that he did in 1977, that is used. A lot of the early Alderaan planet stuff of Alderaan, in fact, looks very much like the main city of Lothal, of Ezra Bridges' homeworld city in the end. So there's a lot of cool stuff that was used. Anyway, guys, we've been going for an hour and a half at this point. I guess we might close it up for the day. But for everyone in chat who was watching, thanks for joining us, guys. It's a quiet day today, but not a lot of news. But I'm sure next week will be pretty big. We're really expecting a lot of stuff out of San Diego Comic-Con. It's going to be probably all Marvel heavy, and probably DC heavy as well, I'm guessing. So it'll be fun to talk about that next week. And then, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Elijah, you're on silent. Is that right?
I walked away for a moment. And
okay. All right. That's cool. All right. I thought you were pretty quiet. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining us, and thank you out there, chat. And if you haven't followed us yet, follow us and like and subscribe. Yeah.
Name the system.
See you next week, guys.